Getting hung up on these certain conversations. You wanna change my mind, but it's a waste of time. You say I'm different from the day that I met you, but darling, nothing's changed. I still think the same. You want me to say you got some more to say, but I've heard it before. I've heard it before. Oh, oh, please don't play a silly game.
What's up? How's everything going? This is a live show now. This is the Deep Dig, a live show. How lit is that?
Yeah, and shout out to Black Tie Event, the band that is playing right now. Let us use their music. Really cool people. Check them out on Spotify.
It's a bop. I'm pretty excited. We're gonna link everything in the show notes after this, so be on the lookout for that. You can find them on Spotify, YouTube, all that good stuff, along with the Deep Dig, a sports pod. You know?
Yeah. I'm glad we're here. Sorry, I have so many computers in front of me trying to keep track of everything. Guys, comment, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We are glad you're watching, and let's have a good first show.
The inaugural show. Let's go. The Deep Dig, a live show. We are live. It's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Right
We're
on
ready
time.
to roll, baby. We got a packed show today. I think we have quite a bit of 49er content to get through. But we also have some stuff around the league, and we're going to play a fun game later. So I'm looking forward to it. How about you?
Yeah, man, with the live show, we definitely wanted to separate it from the podcast and do some more fun stuff with you guys. So we're going to play some Jeopardy. We're going to have a couple clips. I know it's a live show playing clips, but don't worry, they're like a minute long, and hope we have some fun. Did you want to just dig right into it? Because still, getting the traffic in, letting people flow in. No one wants to be the guy early to the party,
Nobody.
So, come in late, fine.
Yeah, so a couple of things that we wanted to go over. So the big one, they announced that Jim Harbaugh is going to be attending the 49ers versus Chiefs game at Levi Stadium. I know he left on kind of weird terms with the Yorks, but he's back, and he's not going to be the only one. It's going to be him, Fangio, I believe Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman, and I think even Aldon Smith is going to make an appearance.
I know that's your guy. You're a big Aldon Smith fan.
I'm a huge Aldon Smith guy. I think back in the day, one of my biggest Christmas gifts was a red Aldon Smith jersey. I think I still have it somewhere in storage, so I might bust that out for the game. We'll see, but I'm pretty pumped about it. But it does get you to think about the Harbaugh era and this Kyle Shanahan era that we're really living through right now. And I know a lot of fans are talking. I'm seeing on Twitter, hey, if we could get Jim Harbaugh as the head coach and Kyle Shanahan as the OC, that would be completely awesome. I think we'd have it'd be the pinnacle of football. But
no, you want to talk about King Kong versus Godzilla, bringing the two alphas into the room. Nah, these guys ain't gonna be on the same staff. I think, is this set up by the 49ers, or is this
it is set up by the 49ers. I want to say that to honor the team that went to the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about now. But I was gonna say, if Harbaugh just showed up on his own, it's like King Petty. He's like, oh yeah, y'all, I'm feeling great about Shanahan. Let me just stroll up. Remember what I did? I was great, right?
He's like, who's Michigan playing this week? Yeah, fuck it. Who gives a shit? I'm gonna be at the Niners game, baby. Let's go.
There's a lot of things going right in Michigan now.
Yeah, he's looking strong. Remember when they cut, I want to say they cut his pay, and we're like, yeah, fuck it, coach on this deal, baby. And he was like, all right. And now they look pretty good. So props to Harbaugh. If you had to choose one era, would you want to stay in the Kyle Shanahan era, or would you want to go back to the, where the juices are going?
How dare you?
To Jim Harbaugh.
I've seen a lot of tweets actually today where they were like, oh, you guys won't admit that Harbaugh was better than Shanahan is. And I'm like, man, that's a tough call. It's different area of football. and Harbaugh did get us to the big game. I think he was more consistent winner, but Shanahan's still young in his career, so we're gonna see as he goes forward. Can he get to that another Super Bowl? If he does get to another Super Bowl and win it, then hands down is Shanahan. But I feel like personally, the Shanahan era has been full of stress and anxiety of like, oh, this team should be so good. And Harbaugh's era was like, we're beating the crap out of everybody. We're dominant. We have Hall of Fame level players. And it was just like, I don't know, did it feel more dominant?
I think more than anything, there was this attitude with the Jim Harbaugh era where it was, we're going to show up every single, like, it started off with the coach, right? So Jim Harbaugh was out there slapping backs. He was out there like getting into it with other coaches, including Pete Carroll, which he had a long-standing rivalry with. And it made you feel like no matter what, no team was going to dominate the 49ers. You felt like they always had a fighting chance. And with this Kyle Shanahan team, it's like, well, we'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and roll the dice. I don't know. But it was like this guy, Jim Harbaugh, who came from the college world, and it was like, okay, well, is the hype real? And then he's out there punching fucking Alex Smith in the chest, banging his shoulder pads, and always wearing cleats because he's like always ready to go. It just had a different feel to it. And on top of that, the team was just not to put it light, it was a bunch of criminals. There was a lot of criminals on that fucking team. So
Justin Smith.
Yeah. So
Or
Alden
no,
Smith,
who was the fullback?
Bruce Miller.
Bruce Miller is who I'm thinking. Sorry, Justin. I'm so sorry.
Bruce Miller beat up
Alden Smith.
beat up an old guy. Alden Smith had his multiple run-ins. Ray McDonald, Chris Culliver. So it was just a different feel to the team, and they were just some hard-nosed dudes. Couple that with the Cowboy, and then let's get into Navarro Bowman, Patrick Willis. These were just even Hittner and whoever else he had there. Well, I know it was like a couple
Sean
different
Goldston
safeties
for a while.
Yeah, for a while, but it rotated. It was just a different cast of dudes. And then even on the offensive side, Booby Dixon, he was a guy who he wasn't the best of running backs. He wasn't the most skilled, but his thing was, I'm going to get these short yardage plays. Let's get after it. Just put me in. If you want to win, put Booby in. And it was hitting, you know what I mean? So it's just a different era. And at no point did I feel like that 49ers team was ever going to get ran over, you know?
Yeah, I don't remember a game of them getting just blown out in playoffs. Every game felt pretty competitive. I think the end of it for me was that Seahawks loss where Crabtree gets owned by Sherman. Like the don't come at me with no weak receiver like Crabtree. Like as much as I really like Crabtree as a receiver, like every time I think of him now, I'm just like, oh, man, he's a weak ass receiver that came at Sherman.
And I think it wasn't even supposed to be like, I mean, it was obviously a diss at Crabtree, but I think it would, no matter who was the receiver, Richard Sherman was going to
hit him with the, don't you come at me with a weak ass receiver like Teddy Ginn.
Yeah. fuck Randy Moss. He ain't shit. So no matter who it was going to be, I think he was going to talk shit. But yeah, I mean, even looking at, like, I know Kyle has a good rivalry with the Seahawks. Now we have a rivalry with the Rams where it doesn't seem like they're overpowered, but it is just a different style. It's, you know how they talk about like, oh, it just feels corporate now. That's kind of the vibes I get with this new 49ers team in this new era. It's Levi's. It ain't they ain't doing no pick at the stick anymore. It's, hey, corporate, bring your suit, bring your tie. We're going to have a business talk at halftime. Let's do that. So it's just a different feel to it. It's not bad or anything. It's just different.
Yeah. And before we move past this, I think one of the things that parallels the two eras is the quarterback situation of like having this conservative guy as your starter and trying to bring in the new thing, the new toy, the new dynamic player in Kaepernick and Trey Lance. But I don't know. It's weird. Like back then I thought if we stuck with Alex Smith, we would have won that Super Bowl. I thought it was a little too early for Kaepernick, but then in this Trey Lance thing, I'm like, we should play Trey Lance. Like we should have started him right away. Is there a difference to you? Like how big of the gap?
See, I was the opposite way. So I was calling for Kaepernick, like, let's get this guy in there. If I have to watch another Alex Smith season, I'm gonna be like bananas. But even last year it was like, okay, well, Jimmy's in there. Let's just keep Jimmy in and let's roll with that. Um, so I'm a little bit opposite on that spectrum there, but I get where you're coming from. It's two parallels. I think they're both handled. I want to say Harbaugh probably handled it a little bit better, but even then there was controversy. Do you remember when he did bench Alex Smith for Colin Kaepernick? People were losing their shit. They were like, "You can't do this. You can't Wally Pip this guy. This is dumb. Why are we gonna do this? We have a good thing. Why ruin it?" But it worked.
But
It
yeah,
was
I mean, the
dynamic.
thing is too, like Alex Smith was playing great that year, and he had not a lot of interceptions. He was running for long touchdowns, not as well as Kaepernick, but you remember he was hitting those quarterback sweeps.
Yeah, he was a good athlete.
Man, I just love Alex Smith. I'm sorry for
What
that.
a good dude. What a good quarterback. What a good guy.
Watch the documentary. It's pretty brutal of
I
him
cannot.
breaking his leg.
Yeah, no, I can't do it, dude. I know you told me like it gets pretty graphic because it shows his leg and the recovery and then the infection and then the recovery from that. I don't know if I can do it.
It's a tough watch, but man, when the wife breaks down, like I was in tears. Uh let's move on to something a little more fun.
This guy's gonna cry on the live stream. What a bud.
No tears, no woman, no cry. um there's a lot of rumors going around of me crying on the stream and it's false. No, there's a lot of rumors going around of Christian McCaffrey, CMC getting traded and 49ers potentially throwing their hat in the ring. Do you think this is true or this is more 49ers spinning stories?
I mean, I think I kind of said this last time too. It's like, what is going to get Kyle going? Because it seems like he is in a rut with his play calling, with his, the pace of the game and what he wants to do. So I think it is very possible that they are looking into Christian McCaffrey because it will get them like, okay, it's going to take this offense to the next level. Even if Christian McCaffrey, starts off slow and we really use him towards the end of the year and into the playoffs, like I'd be more than fine with that because the Shanahan offense is a little bit, how do they say, complicated. So I think it's real, dude. I think it's real. I think that the asking price for Christian McCaffrey is not going to be that much. I think that even though they said they want multiple first, I think they're going to go with like a second and a player.
Yeah, multiple first, that's ridiculous. What are the Lakers like? We want everything you have, and here's Russell Westbrook. Like, come on, you're the Panthers. Chill. This guy is always injured. I don't want to say past his prime because he is in that age of his prime, but how many injuries can this guy take and still be in his prime and stay on the field consistently? I know, Brian. Thanks. Brian, I will not cry for the rest of the stream. I promise you that. Thank you for watching. But I wouldn't give up a first for this guy or any of our solid role players and a second. I think we have running backs. Like Elijah Mitchell is coming back. Jeff Wilson is a solid backup. Ty Davis Price is a great rookie. And then we're mixing in like the Tevin Colemans of the world. Whatever else. Jordan Mason, like deep on the bench. I just don't think we need to make a move at running back. Like, that's not going to solve our problems.
I just think it's going to get Shanahan excited again. I think he's going to be like, oh, I could do so much with this one guy who's so versatile. He could be lined up out. He's basically another Deebo Samuel. And if you have two of those guys, imagine like what you can do with that offense. You know what I mean? But I think there's going to be so the three teams that they said are involved are the Bills, the Rams, the 49ers. Brian Burns is another guy who the Panthers are reportedly shopping around. And he actually put on Instagram a picture of like a real life Ram. So I think that's might be where he's headed. So that might take the Rams out of contention for a Christian McCaffrey. What do you think about that?
McCaffrey to the Rams?
No, that Brian Burns is going to the Rams because he put on Instagram the picture of a live
yeah.
Ram. Do you think that takes them out of the Christian
okay.
McCaffrey running?
No. This is where I immediately, when the Panthers lost to the 49ers and the rumors started swirling, I was like, Brian Burns to the Rams, McCaffrey to the Bills. It just makes sense, doesn't it? Like, McCaffrey feels like he should be over there with Josh Allen's doing dynamic stuff, running a dominant offense. Like, if the Bills are going to go all in, just do it with McCaffrey, because then Diggs, I think he's the best receiver in football right now. Josh Allen, top 3 quarterback. The defense looks amazing. Moss and Montgomery, is it Singletary? See, these guys are just not memorable. I've been on it for a while that I don't believe in their running backs, and it showed. Even Dalvin Cook's younger brother has struggled over there, and he's been in the doghouse for fumbles. So if you get a dynamic out of the backfield running back like that to this offense, it's over. And the Rams, they're desperate. They gotta make a play. If they're especially not gonna get OBJ, like, make a move to make your defense dominant again.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. But man, I think the same thing goes for the 49ers. If you can get that guy who's so dynamic and doesn't have to carry the team, look at like what the Giants are doing with like Saquon Barkley, where he's not like running his head into the wall all the time, where he actually can take a breather and relax. And Danny Dimes is going to run. He's going to throw a couple passes. So I think the same thing will happen with Christian McCaffrey if you get him out of that, where he's not the like main focal point of the offense.
Yeah, but you're paying top dollar for that running back, and you know he can do all those things. Don't you want to use him that much?
I mean, but you have so many weapons. Even if he goes to the Bills, they have Stephon Diggs, they have Gabe Davis. They still will have those running backs back there. Dawson Knox is a guy who's really, really good. And the same thing applies over to the 49ers. It's Kittle, Debo, Jawan Jennings, Brandon Ayuk, Elijah Mitchell. So there's some,
But okay,
some horses in the race.
Here's my thing though. Like, for the Niners fans saying they should trade for McCaffrey, what is Shanahan known for in this offense? Hurting running backs. What is McCaffrey known for? Being hurt all the time. I just think this match doesn't make as much sense as like other people think.
I mean, it is what it is. I don't think he's going to use him strictly as the running back. I think he's going to line him out wide. I think he's going to be a little bit more dynamic with it. But who knows? Kyle Shanahan could be like, yeah, fuck it. I'm just going to run this guy to the wall.
Yeah, I feel like if Kyle gets him and then he gets tired of the like trying to scheme the same Debo stuff for a different player, he's just going to be like, all right, McCaffrey, run it up the middle 20 times this game,
Yeah.
And then it's like, we're all looking at Kyle like, well, why'd you even trade for him? Like, we wasted picks. He's hurt again. And then it's just the cycle.
But again, if Trey Lance ends up being the quarterback.
Is Trey Lance the quarterback?
We don't have to have that conversation right now.
All right. I said we're not going to talk about Trey Lance the rest of the year.
No more.
All right. All right. Well, now that we're done with Trey for today. Hufanga, he got hurt in the game, went back in. He's in concussion protocol after playing. Yeah, what do you know on this story? What's going on?
Pretty weird. So, Talanoa Hufanga, the breakout safety, I think this guy was, light years ahead of where he was last year. So, he ended up passing concussion protocol twice in the game on Sunday. So, he was cleared. He went back in. He ends up failing the concussion protocols on Monday, and now he is questionable moving forward for Sunday. So I don't know what that has to say as far as concussion protocol, who the independent doctor was, things like that. But this is something that has been under fire a lot, especially since the Tua Tagovailoa, with back-to-back injuries. So just something to watch out for. I don't know if he's going to end up playing. I think in general, the 49ers just might play it safe. How do you feel about this?
It's going around the league right now. I'm worried because I didn't want the 49ers to get caught up in this concussion thing with Tua, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm a little bit concerned that they handled this poorly and they put a player of ours at risk. I mean, is that fair to say? Like, that they might have done something wrong? Like, we're concerned of that?
But it's not even on the 49ers. It is on the like independent doctor that they have that does the concussion protocol. So
So
it's not.
why did he get cleared and then get in protocol?
I think they retested him afterwards just to make sure. Like they do like a, hey, you're still good, right? And he was not good, and so now he's questionable moving forward. So
So
that's
then the
not
same
on the.
thing.
That's not on the team. That's
So the
on.
same thing with Tua's doctor that let him come back. Like, this doctor needs to be fired.
They bypassed protocol on that because they said it was a back injury. So this is kind of different, but same but different. You know what I
Different
mean?
but same. Yeah, it's a problem right now in the league, especially they're really pushing this like protect the players, even though the roughing the passer thing is getting out of hand. They just it's bad PR to go from Tua to now this Hufanga thing like so close together when everyone's like on high notice for concussions right now.
Yeah, I think they might just sit him just to be safe. You know what I
Oh yeah.
mean? Because what if he does end up playing, he gets injured, has a concussion like we seen Tua, and it's now all that media attention goes from the Miami Dolphins, who well enough like they deserved it. Then it goes to the San Francisco 49ers, who they do not have a good track record with their medical staff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just don't want to get caught up in the media firestorm and like get lumped in with the Dolphins.
Yeah. Brian says, get better docs. They should. They
They
really
I
should
mean, they
just
did
go through.
house a couple years ago, right? And like get different training staff.
Yeah, I want to say it was really early on in the Shanahan coaching tenure that they did, turn over a lot of the medical staff. But I think they should do it again.
But speaking of that, where like something is up with this, either the training staff, how they're running practice. Something's wrong because so many players are getting the same injuries year after year. And that leads us into like Javon Kinlaw going back on IR, which I know is different because this is
He
a guy
had
that's
an issue
it's a
before.
degenerative knee. But we'll stay in the medical field. This guy went on IR after sitting out a couple weeks. So what is that telling you right now?
And I haven't seen any word if it's going to be long term. I know they said it's going to IR now. You have to sit out at least 4 weeks, but I don't know if he's done for the season. I don't know if it's only for the 4 weeks. Haven't heard any word on that, but it is very concerning considering he had already sat out before he got on IR. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you thought it was some like minor thing where you're gonna sit 4 weeks, you would have thought they put him on IR 2 weeks ago, and he'd be back in the 2 weeks coming up, right?
Yeah.
So this is just weird. Like, I think they don't want to admit to the fans, and he doesn't want to admit to himself that this guy's probably done.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, dude, because nobody wants to have that type of career where you see he's very passionate about it. You see the type like the build on this guy, and if he hits the field, he's gonna wreck shit. But his body's just not keeping up with playing in the league. You know what I mean? And it's nobody's fault. You can't even blame him. You know what I mean? But I do think that we need to start looking at different medical staffs moving forward. I need to see some passion out of there. I need to see like the Giants medical staff where they're over there jerking dudes off like on the sidelines. I need to see some passion in this medical staff. Let's go.
Yeah, it's gonna be. We'll know by the end of the season. Like, if Kinlaw comes back and can play consistently, somewhat, then we're like, okay, let's give the next year another chance. Like, let's keep it rolling. But if he doesn't come back, like, I think now is the time to cut ties because we have other young D linemen on here, and we can bring another guy in. Like, let's not keep on wasting that's the 49ers thing is like we'll hold on to injured guys for so long, even if it doesn't pan out. Like maybe this is someone that's not going to pan out, and we've seen that that's how it's been.
Do you
It
give him
hurts
another
because
shot?
I
Do you?
like him. I like him. I think he's gonna. I think if he was healthy, he'd be a great player.
Yeah,
But the
I mean the
medical's telling
potential's
another
all
story.
there.
Medical's telling another story, man.
So it's sad to see for sure.
And speaking of young guys on the D line, Drake Jackson
Oof.
is tied for the lead in sacks with rookies. He has 3 sacks as a rookie. How you feeling about Drake Jackson?
He's tied with Aiden Hutchinson, and if you think about the just the draft as a whole, as far as it's a marketplace and you're all about getting value. The 49ers got a ton of value. This was their first pick. He was in the second round, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at, he's getting the same amount of production as Aiden Hutchinson. You won. You know what I mean? You won the draft with this guy. So I feel good about it. I do think that we are seeing, with Alden and even Nick Bosa, it was like, this is a different type of dude. All he's going to do is just get after the quarterback. I am seeing flashes of that, but I'm also seeing this athletic guy who's just very, very smart. Like, I'm seeing him bat down passes. I'm seeing him run full speed, stop when the running back makes a cut, and is able to make the tackle still. He understands gaps. He understands his own body well. It's really cool to see him be able to maneuver around different things. I'm liking it.
Yeah, and I'm actually liking how the 49ers are kind of easing him in. Like we could have just said day one, you're the starter. Take as many reps as you can get. But we've let Ebu come in and he looks good. So it's kind of like pushing Drake Jackson to compete for these snaps and do more overall. So I'm liking what they're doing in the rotation of these guys. And I think I've started to see like Omenihu and like other guys take less and less snaps to where Drake Jackson is like starting to become that guy eating everyone's snaps. So he's looked great. He's athletic. I think we knew from day one, like he should have been a first round pick, but the system he was in, it didn't fit. They weren't using him the right way. Everyone at USC was like saying how great he was. And we saw a guy that fits the mold of what we like. And we took a chance and it's working out. I feel great about Bosa and Jackson on either end going forward for the next 4 or 5 years. And then if
Yeah.
we can find someone, if it is Javon Kinlaw, but if it's not, someone else to fill that gap, this D line is dominant for the next 5, 6 years. Like these guys are young.
Yeah, and I think too, we're forgetting about Eric Armstead. You know what I mean? Eric Armstead has been out for the last few weeks. So once we get him back in the middle, the D line is looking pretty nice. So hopefully he's back this week. I haven't really heard too much about him. I know Shanahan was looking forward to having some guys back. Him, Mooney Ward. So we'll see. We'll see how it ends up shaking out. Thank you for commenting, Josh Navarro. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Josh? What's up, Brian in the chat? Thank you guys, everyone, for coming through and hanging out. I think, did you want to get into some other news that happened this weekend around the league?
Yeah, let's dig into it.
All right, 1 second, guys. Now, I know this is a 49ers show. You're all 49ers fans. But if you're like me and you turned off the TV after that terrible 49ers game, let me just update you on a few things that happened around the league. So, this way, it's a live show. Panthers, they get rammed by the Rams. PJ Walker was not good enough. He threw like 60-something yards. They need a quarterback and a head coach after Matt Rule got fired. But staying in the NFC West, Kenneth Walker is that dude. Breaking news. Get Kenneth Walker in fantasy. Trade anything for him. He is good. And then we got the Giants who can't stop winning or crying. Kayvon Thibodeau in tears on the field after a win against the Ravens. So good for them. Staying with New York. I feel like a weatherman. Jets punish the Packers. Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams both losing the divorce. They're both struggling. Maybe Aaron Rodgers more because Packers are expected to win these games, and he's losing to the Jets. Come on. We got Trubisky over TB12. The Bucks are losing to a backup quarterback. Kenny Pickett got hurt, the starting rookie for the Steelers. Trubisky comes in and he looks like the GOAT because they couldn't stop him. Bucks couldn't score. They lose by 2. And then if you were a normal person and you decided not to watch the Thursday night game, I don't blame you because nobody watched it. It was terrible. It was Carson Commanders. He threw for 99 yards in a win against Justin Fields and the Bears. A lot of talk of Fields not getting used right. They're trying to put him as a pocket passer when he can run like amazingly, but they don't want him to do that. I don't know, but terrible game on Thursday. Amazon Prime, get it together. And then we got the Bills and the Eagles. They both win. They stay dominant. Bills beat the Chiefs. Eagles beat the Cowboys. And that was your news around the league.
Do you really think that Aaron Rodgers was the biggest loser out of the divorce with him and Devontae?
Yeah, I do.
Devontae Adams has charges on him. What do you mean? He's the biggest loser right now.
He doesn't care. He gets to live where he wants to live and make money. And Aaron Rodgers, like, he just wants to win a Super Bowl, and he's not going to do that.
Yeah, both situations are trash. So it is what it is.
Before we get into more, we just want to say we have a guest coming onto the show on Friday, Charles Robinson from Arrowhead Addicts. He is a journalist. He covers the Chiefs. He's going to give us a little preview of what to see, what storylines to follow going into the game. Look out for that on YouTube and all streaming platforms on Friday.
Friday, it's going down. It's Chiefs week, baby.
Chiefs week. Speaking of Chiefs week, did you want to move on to our little game?
Let's do it.
All right, guys. Like we said in the beginning of this show, we don't want to just sit here and like talk the whole time. We want to like have some fun. We want to really separate this from the podcast. So we're going to play a little game of Jeopardy.
I don't know the Jeopardy theme song, but da-na-da-na.
I think isn't that Wheel of Fortune?
That is, I want to say it's The Price is Right, but
yep, you're right.
I can't remember. Oh, Jeopardy, is it? We get flagged, we get taken down.
Yeah. Don't stop singing.
Shut up.
All right, so I'll
rock,
let
paper,
you
scissors.
Go
Okay.
No, I was gonna let you go, but we'll rock paper scissors. Let's rock paper scissors.
All right.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Yep.
Rock,
paper, scissors, shoot.
No,
did you? I couldn't even see you. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors,
shoot. All right, fuck you. All right, go first.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and take. I'm gonna take Touchdown King for 200, please.
All right, let me just swipe. All right. Our first question. We'll see if chat knows it before you, but who in Chiefs history has the most touchdowns, most total touchdowns?
Oh, you motherfucker.
This was my easiest question.
Oh, hell no. Dude, all right, fuck you. Who
think
has
of
the
very
most? Can you give me an, is it like a modern day player? Oh, I know this. No, I think I got it.
Think of Madden when we were kids.
Yeah, I think I got it, bro.
What is it?
Is it Tony Gonzalez? Or who is Tony Gonzalez?
You don't have to do who is, dude. We're not.
Well, I thought we were playing Jeopardy rules. My bad. All right.
Okay.
No, that's cool.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
No.
What? No. Who is it?
It is Priest Holmes with 83.
You bastard. All right, so I got a 0. All right, let's roll. Go ahead. What do you want?
Actually, I don't even know if I wrote this right. I think it was. We're off to a bad story because that doesn't sound right. What is my fact?
A quick Google.
Most touchdown. Why does it say 83?
Maybe I don't know, dude. I don't know.
It might be Tony Gonzalez. guys.
All right. Well, this is live. This is live.
Oh
Fucking...
no. We're right.
Okay.
Yeah. It says most career touchdowns for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh well, Tony
83.
Gonzalez also played for the Falcons.
There you have it.
Yeah,
there you have
that
it.
makes sense. All right.
All right, my turn. God, I should have just believed in myself.
Yeah,
I knew I had the right
dumbass.
answer.
Brian said Priest Holmes.
Brian, you win a thumbs up. Good job.
Just to prove it, so everybody knows.
Yeah, Brian was on it. All right, we'll take a little bit longer on this one so we can we'll see if Brian knows it or Josh. I doubt Josh will get it, but if he does, that'd be amazing. I know Josh, so let me take hometown hits for 200.
Okay. Got it. So this star tight end recently started a podcast with his brother titled New Heights.
This is an easy one because it's all over YouTube. It's all over what is it? YouTube Shorts. I'm sure people, if you spend as much time on your phone as me, you're gonna see this video.
The algorithm, though, the algo, you know. Not
I just wanted to give a
everyone-
little time in case anyone who's has a life and doesn't stay on YouTube for 20 hours a day like me can guess in chat. But I do know it is Travis Kelce. The Kelce brothers have their pod, and it's great.
I've seen different clips. It's pretty good. You know what I was gonna put for him? Even though I was like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. It's like, whose girlfriend left him after 5 years when he kept making her pay the bills.
Too personal.
Yeah, but I didn't. I made it that one.
He's a good guy. All right, go ahead.
Right. Go ahead.
Oh, I get to go again.
Yeah, you get to go again.
Let's
roll it.
Pick me for 800. Let's go hard.
Right. Oh, hard. Okay.
Don't pause. Why are you?
Pause.
Why are you? No, we're going.
Nope. Don't even do it.
Yep.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going.
All right. So this quarterback actually worked. Oh, so pick me. We picked pick me because both franchises had bad quarterback play in the past, and it's like a pick me girl, pick me, but it's intercept me. Anyways,
this category is all about bad quarterback play.
Bad quarterback play. So this quarterback actually worked as a scout for the Miami Dolphins in an offseason where the Chiefs backup, Chad Henne, got hurt. He signed with the Chiefs and actually played for an injured Pat Mahomes that year. Who is that quarterback?
That was a loaded question. Okay.
So, quarterback, career backup. He ended up being a scout for the Miami Dolphins, came back and played as Patrick Mahomes' backup. Who is that quarterback?
I know this. I feel really good because he's actually. I think you picked this question because this guy is one of my favorite quarterbacks.
I knew that you would, and I know you know this quarterback because we have talked about it in the past, and you're like, that's cool.
I just thought he was a good guy, and when he comes in off the bench, he always does his thing, and I'm just like, damn, this dude's been doing it for a long time, and he's a great locker room guy. He's always ready for the call. It's Matt Moore, guys. It's Matt Moore.
That is correct. So
Great
800
guy.
points. That's a big one.
Oh yeah, I'm dominating this game.
Fuck you.
On the
Well,
scoreboard.
you gave
I go
out hard ass
1-0.
questions, dude. What the fuck?
You should know, as a person that covers the 49ers, you should know a lot about the Chiefs, okay? I'll let you go and pick the next one.
You're gonna feel bad. Nah, if you get 3 in a row, I'm gonna pick. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's go. Famous fans for 600.
Famous fans for 600. Okay, this one is a little bit tougher. This NBA MVP, who's known for his facial hair, is an LA native and is actually a very vocal 49ers fan. He's been seen on the sidelines of various games. Who is he?
Known for his facial hair and is a 49ers fan?
Yep.
Has been
And this
on
was kind of
sidelines.
sneaky. This one's kind of sneaky too. So he's a former MVP. I can give you one more hint if you need another hint.
No. We're gonna do this. I wanted to say for some reason Anthony Davis, but he hasn't won an MVP. And I was going with the unibrow as his facial hair.
That's what I was thinking you were gonna go with it.
So it's
No.
I'm not gonna, well, he's not MVP. He's not MVP. Who's been MVP? I mean, babyface Steph Curry is not on the table. Giannis. Anyone have any idea? Who's a Niners fan has been on the sidelines at NBA MVP? Bill Russ. No. I'm thinking older.
It's modern day. He still
Oh,
plays. I can give you one more hint, and it's gonna give
give it away.
It's gonna give it away, but it's kind of a
No,
good,
no.
okay, go ahead.
I know.
Make a final guess.
Facial hair, right?
Facial hair.
James Harden.
That is correct.
Fear the beard.
Yep.
He's
And
a 49ers fan?
Yeah, I was super surprised. But he's a 49ers fan. He bleeds red and gold just like the rest of us.
Wow, what a
Savage.
guy. How torn is he that he loves the 49ers and their basketball team in San Francisco just ruined his chances at
Trashes
this
this guy.
Well, I'm dominating this game, so you go ahead and pick.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let's do hometown hits for 600. And this category is about hometown favorites in the teams, correct?
I did. I think I
you're
did
a
this.
piece of shit.
I did this of like maybe like facts about the city or like
You're a
famous things.
dickhead.
We
did two separate categories.
We did different versions of the same category. Well, at least I know our answers won't be the same.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is this is my double this is my double Jeopardy. So if you get this is 1200.
All right.
You're not gonna get this.
You're a piece of shit.
Since the early 20th century.
Are you serious? What is wrong with you? This is supposed to be about the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers. What the fuck?
It's about Kansas City.
Hurry up and say this stupid question.
You might get it. Someone in chat probably will be a great fan of this question. Since the early 20th century, Kansas City has been synonymous with which genre of music?
I think I got this. I actually think I got this.
I don't think you got it. But
And if I don't, I'm gonna be so
I'll
pissed.
repeat it
I'm
one
gonna
more
go.
time.
I'm gonna go again.
since the early 20th century, Kansas City has been synonymous with which genre of music?
I think I got this, dude.
Anyone in chat know? You feel good about your answer?
I feel pretty good.
All right, go ahead. We gave chat about 10 seconds. So if you don't know it, you're Googling it. So
Yeah,
go ahead. Brian, we see you.
It's the blues. Rhythm and blues.
I kind of want to give it to you. Well, no, but
Fuck you.
it's
Country.
It's country.
That's what Brian says in the chat.
Dude, I love going to Kansas City just to listen to some good old country music.
Is it country or blues?
Does Brian have one more guess? No, it is it's not country, it's not blues. It is jazz.
Ah, damn.
I mean, the blues can be part of jazz, I guess. I'll give you half point.
Okay, cool. I'll take 300.
600 because it was double Jeopardy.
Oh, okay. I'll take the 600.
All right. Go ahead. Ask another one.
Okay. So let's go ahead and do famous fans for 200.
200. All right, I got this famous Chiefs fan is a comedian and star in the Horrible Bosses franchise.
All right. So there's 3 stars in there.
He is also, if I Give you another
I think
one.
I got this.
He's also in that movie, Hall Pass.
Okay. Brian. Oh.
Brian is learning a lot today. Brian's gonna learn a lot of facts because mine are all history based. So
I can't stand you. This is supposed to be about football, dog. But I think I got this.
who is it?
This is Jason Sudeikis.
You're right. Shout out Olivia Wilde.
Oof. Did you hear about him? Never mind.
I heard about a lot about the "Don't Worry, Darling" movie. Go ahead and pick another category. Let's move to the side.
Let's go ahead and do Touchdown King for 400.
Okay. What's my 400 one? Who? This one's easy. Most passing touchdowns by a 49er all time. Or is it easy?
Or is it? I'm going to give a minute for chat, but I got it. I think. Did you ever watch this guy's doc on Peacock?
Nope.
Oh, it was so good, dude. He talks about where he was on the team with Rudy. You know that? You know,
Yeah, you told me about this.
Rudy. And they only lifted him up as a joke. But afterwards, after they did it, he found out that no player had ever been carried off the field at Notre Dame. And they were like, oh, we fucked up.
They're like, that guy, we're going to make a movie about that shit.
But Joe Montana.
Yep. Easy
Perfect.
one. Easy one.
All right,
I
your
don't know how
turn.
many points that was. I'll give you.
That's 400.
Oh, it's 400. Okay. All right. Let's do like one more each.
Okay.
Give me hometown hits for 800.
Okay. This UK native
Shit.
has turned into a diehard Kansas City Chiefs fan when he's not starring in movies with his red cape. Who is this actor?
When he's not starring in movies with his red cape?
Yep.
The only one I think is Superman. And is he UK? Who else has a red cape? Wanda from Marvel. She does. I don't know if Henry Cavill's isn't he Canadian? Is he? Because they wanted to play like Captain Canada or whatever that's called. I'll go with Henry Cavill because he's the only one with red cape I can think of.
That is correct.
Hey.
Yeah, I knew it was going to throw you off because Henry Cavill does have he has no accent in any movie, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's UK native.
The more you know. All right, you go and pick one more. Last one.
Let's go.
You're already so far out of winning range, so
Yeah, I know. I gotta swing big. Famous fans 800.
Okay, I got kind of a good one. All right, this actor is a 49ers fan. His dad is famous for many old Western films, and the father has a lot of hits and starred in and directed films. And this actor is actually a part of the Fast and Furious franchise.
Oh my goodness. Brian got the Henry Cavill one.
Brian, you're on top of it, bro.
He's on fire today. Good job, Brian. You're killing it.
Brian has more points than you.
Fuck you. Me and Brian next time. We're going head to head.
Bring him on.
All right. I think I know who this is.
What you got?
I know it's Eastwood, but I don't know the son's name. I know he was in Suicide Squad.
If you don't know the name.
I know he was in Suicide Squad. I know he was in Fast and Furious. I'm going to go ahead and say, I want to say it's Scott Eastwood.
Your final answer?
Scott. Yep, let's go ahead and do that.
That is correct,
Let's
sir.
go,
Come on
baby.
down. The price is right.
All right.
Added the scores. I made a lot. You made not so much. So I won.
All right. Hold on. Do you want to do the last two in each of the categories, the harder ones?
Sure. We'll see
Okay.
if chat can get it. We'll just move on, but we'll come back at the end and see if chat answers any of these. I have a good one for pick me.
I have a
We
good
already
one
did that one.
for touchdowns. And
Okay,
this is
okay.
like sneaky. If without looking at it, you would be like, what?
All right,
Okay.
this is my best 800 one where name every professional team Jeff Garcia has played for.
Oh, that's a good
Good
one.
luck, guys. Brian, he got Scott Eastwood. He knows.
He knows.
Brian, you're so good at this, man. You know who all the fans are. He doesn't know the players. He just knows the fans.
I'm just a fan of fans.
But yeah, if you can name every professional team Jeff Garcia's played for, put it in the chat.
And this one is, if you don't look at it, if you don't Google it, you'd be surprised. So this Chiefs running back led the team in rushing touchdowns last year. Who is that running back?
It's tough because it's not. The first one that comes to mind is Kareem Hunt, which is wrong because he got kicked out of that team. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because he kicked a woman.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was Jeopardy. If you guys know those questions, go and put it in the chat. We'll put it up, give you guys credit.
Pretty good. Pretty good go of it. I mean, next time we got to coordinate on the, on the categories.
Or we don't. We should just text each other like vague category names and then see
what we come up with.
Yeah. Because I thought that would be a problem of like if I came up with something and you were looking at the same question, we would just be like, oh, I immediately know that answer.
That's true.
But what do we got here? You got some news around the league?
Yeah, I got a couple of things. Okay. Yeah, so I got a couple more. So one thing I wanted to highlight is Jordan Poyer for the Buffalo Bills. He had to hire a car service to drive him 15 hours from Buffalo, New York, down to Kansas City to play in the game because he was not medically cleared to fly. He had a rib injury. He ended up playing in the game. He had 4 tackles, but as of Monday morning, he was still not cleared to fly despite playing in the game. So I'm pretty sure he had to use that same car service to drive him back 15 hours. What a dedicated dude.
Dude has that dog in him to be in a car for 30 hours in a 1 week. Dude, I did that. I drove California to Texas. I did it in like 3 days and it was miserable. I don't recommend it. It's so hot.
Doing that and then playing in an NFL game.
I'd die. I almost died on that trip in that car. It's so uncomfortable to be in the car for that long. After that trip, I was like, no matter the price, I will fly anywhere I go.
So yeah, that's just something I wanted to throw out there. Highlight, shout out to Jordan Poyer.
And they won, right? They won.
They won. Yeah, they got the dub against the
Imagine
Kansas
you
City
drive
Chiefs.
15 hours and lose.
Oh, I'd be so pissed.
Drive 15 hours back.
I'd be like, trade me to Kansas City.
Isn't this not the first time that's happened though? I don't know if it was him, but a player have to like he missed the plane and he had to like hire a car to take him to training camp or something.
Yeah, he had to pay for his own, like, I think he paid an Uber to take him from like Michigan to Philly or something like that.
Yeah. Was it the same guy? It was different.
No, it wasn't. It was a different guy.
It was like, imagine Poyer, like how many times in his career he's hired this Uber driver.
He just has him on standby. Like,
it's like Deadpool who has the cab driver that's constantly with him.
I need you, buddy. All right, I'll be there. So speaking of Thursday night football, DeAndre Hopkins makes his debut with the Cardinals, and so does Robbie Anderson, the recently traded receiver who got into it with Panthers coaches last week, is now going to be playing for Cliff Kingsbury and the Cardinals, and he will be suiting up with DeAndre Hopkins. How do you think that's going to go?
I mean, they didn't really need more receivers, did they? They got plenty of guys. But I mean, I don't see him making a huge impact.
Brown did get hurt for the rest of the season, but they do have guys.
Sorry, I'm talking about Robbie. But D-Hop's, yeah, I think he was suspended, but he was hurt a lot last year. can he get back up to like top 5 receiver level? I don't know if he still has that in him. He's kind of aging, and they had like AJ Green who's aging, Robbie Anderson who has been this guy that really hasn't performed like how everyone wants him to be. So I don't know. I feel like this is just a band-aid on an infection. Like this team is going the wrong direction, and this isn't going to solve their problems. Or maybe it does. Maybe DeAndre Hopkins, Kyler Murray are so dominant that it kicks everything into gear for their offense.
I mean, when they had that, it's like Hail Mary. That was pretty cool. That's it. That's my analysis. That was pretty cool. Remember that?
Yeah, that was cool.
Travis Kelce on the New Heights podcast actually teased that his contract restructure that just happened might be so that they can sign Odell Beckham Jr. If they get OBJ, that's unfair. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If there's any team that needs OBJ right now, it's the Packers. Like,
It is.
what are you doing? Sign this guy. And then, sorry, I don't want to bring up other news, but the Ravens signing guys, like, do they, again, same thing with the Cardinals. Like, is that your issue? Do you need more receivers?
No. Did you see that Rashad Bateman was seemingly upset about that Deshaun Jackson signing? I guess like 20 minutes after it was tweeted out that they signed Deshaun Jackson, he just tweeted LOL in all caps. So seems like he's pissed off.
I mean, I know you're a big Deshaun Jackson fan, but is he like, why would you even bring him? Does he have anything left in the tank? He's 35 and he's a speed guy.
I mean, he looked good with the Raiders. I thought he looked good. I think that he's still serviceable for what he is. You know what I mean? He doesn't have all that speed, but he still has a good portion of it. And even that is still top, like I would say,
I don't know,
top 30% in the league.
To me, there's a difference between like making a trade for Robbie Anderson or bringing in Odell and bringing in a 35-year-old receiver. Like, that tells me you're desperate right now.
I mean, if the Ravens truly do believe that they are one guy away from being super explosive on offense and continuing that out, then why not?
But they are explosive on offense. They can't.
But if they need that little extra
They
giddy
can't defend.
Well, who's a defender that's out there? You know what I mean? Everyone on defense is already picked up. That's worthwhile. Who are they going to go out and pick? They're going to go get Kwaski Tart.
They could hit up the Panthers for some whoever cornerback. Pick one.
Yeah, I mean, hit up the Ravens and get Casey Hayward. That'd be the call. Yeah. And also to end it on this note, the Falcons might have beat us because of ping pong. So an article came out in The Athletic talking about the Falcons and their team chemistry. Players were talking about how they play ping pong before practice, and it gets them in the competitive mood, and it gets them staying together after practice, which is really helpful. So they beat us because they play ping pong, buddy.
We've been saying it for years. Get more ping pong into the mainstream so the 49ers can be better at football. It's a simple A to B. But seriously, I went to New York and we went to this place. What was it called? Pong Pod, I believe it was called, where it's literally like $20 and you get a code to this door. You put in the code and you go in and you have your own ping pong table for like an hour, and you could like buy more hours. But basically it's like set up, unlimited ping pong balls. There's a bunch of paddles, and it records instant replays for you. So
damn,
ping pong
that's pretty cool.
It's so fun. There needs to be a ping pod like in San Francisco so I can go play constantly. Because there was like legit players in there, like old men who that's what they do. They play ping pong. That's it. But yeah, shout out to Ping Pong. If you're ever in New York, look one of those up, or locally look for like, just Google like ping pong club, or like, I don't know if they have a bar that has ping pong, but yeah, look that up.
Yep. And that's all I got.
Yeah, and before we wrap up, we just want to say thanks for everyone for watching live stream and commenting. Look out on Friday. We have an interview with Charles Robinson from Arrowhead Addict. We're going to preview the Chiefs game. That's going to be out on YouTube and every stream platform. There will be audio versions for that. Podcast is coming at you tomorrow. We got busy planning our first live show. And next week, I don't know if you're ready for this, but we will have a Halloween special episode. And I think I have a clip to kind of break down a little bit of what's going on there. I know we've all been eagerly waiting for this time of year. And don't worry, it's finally here, 1 week away. I decided this year not to be like Kyler Murray, so I didn't buy the new Modern Warfare. I decided to put my time in the film room, breaking down tape, seeing what I could do better. And I think it shows in my performance on and off the field. Magnificent. This Wednesday, the 26th, during the Deep Digs Halloween special, be ready for a scary matchup. I will face off with my co-host in a tiny pumpkin carving contest on the live stream. Just two brothers talking ball and carving tiny pumpkins. So it's time to get pumped, kin. And I hope I see you all there in the chat to see who will strike first with the comment and show no mercy to the loser. Wednesday, the 26th, 5 p.m. Be there.
It's going down. I'm pumped.
There you go. It's the matchup of the century. We are having a tiny pumpkin carving contest. Me versus you.
Yeah, showdown. Let's do it.
You got any ideas of what you're gonna carve going in?
No idea. I seen this thing on TikTok where the guy is like carving the pumpkin upside down because it looks cooler when you have the stem still attached. So he's doing it from the bottom. So I might do something like that. We'll see.
Okay. Well, you got guys, tweet us your pictures of your best pumpkins. Maybe we'll pick one and put it on the show. Go ahead and tweet us your costumes for Halloween, because it is a Halloween special next year. We'll be in costume.
I will.
Start planning that out. I don't know what you're gonna be.
I have no idea either.
I'm scared.
Something that it's not gonna get me canceled, but it's gonna be borderline.
Something we can play on stream, guy. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. It was a great show. Had fun. Look out for the pod coming out. You guys can watch this on YouTube. Obviously, you're watching it right now if you're watching it live or after the fact.
Take it easy.
I've heard it before. Please don't play a silly game. I just can't take more. I just can't take more. All these things in time, these bad conversations on my mind. So say, 'cause I got some more to say, but you've heard it before. I've heard it before.